Hey y'all, welcome back to Rep Your Grind. I know this may be a surprise to y'all, but this is impromptu. I get in where I fit in. Okay, I'm gonna get in wherever I can be in because knowledge don't stop. And this young man right here, I watched him over a period of time, and I think it was last year he came out with this song called "Murder." I think it was. He penned it, and I think earlier this year I sent him a request. But I was watching the things in his music and in his post, and I realized he's more than just music, and that's what I titled the man behind the music. Bless more than music. I just felt like, and I know, and if anybody knows Chanel from Rep Your Grind, I do my diligence and my research. Okay. I am what you would call a Facebook scavenger. I will look through all your stuff. Don't send me no website because I'm going over there. So everybody already know that. So before I bring this young man on, I would like y'all to like, tag, and share. And I know a lot of people may be like, what are they talking about? Get on. You will see, even if you come on later, like, tag, and share, promote, be more. I'm back in B Town, but we still supporting each other. So without further ado, the man behind the music, Mr. Lenwood, straight out of Baltimore, Maryland, coming to grace me with a few moments today of intelligence that look, I just, I don't know. He said something that meant so much to me when he said, I saw him when I was in Baltimore. That was one of the things that people would say, how do you see me? Because I pray about everything. Okay. And I don't just bring people on because you have music or you on products, or if you even on the modeling scene, people that know me, I bring on because God tells me, look, it's more than what they showing. It's a lot more. So without further ado, welcome here today, Rep Your Grind, Lenwood DBY.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, Miss. I appreciate that was awesome. An awesome intro. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah. So, Mr. Linwood, tell us more about yourself now.
So I'm from West Baltimore, born and raised in the Park Heights area. Um, I I started doing music like after high school, and it's like I just been running with it since then. Like music is my therapy, it's my outlet, it's my like for a kid that feel like someone like I don't really get like I always was a kid that wanted to be heard and felt like I wasn't being heard. So then I found music and music was my outlet for me to be heard. So but I'm from here, Baltimore. I never left here. I've been here my whole life. Everything that like I love this city for what it is because it made me what I am, but I also feel like it made me what I am for to step outside of it and try to enlighten the world because I have like a weird way that I see things. Like, well, I don't say weird way. I just see things in a different way, and I try to speak on them in a different light to make people think.
Yeah, I like that because that is what drawed me to your music, And when I introduced myself, I was letting I am an evangelist in the church and this XYZ, but the message is the message.
Yes,
People don't understand that whatever it takes to get to provoke a conversation for change, God uses whatever He want to use whenever He want to. And when I
yes,
heard your music, when you first hear it, people probably would think, "Woo, that's something." But listen now, what he's saying, you
yes.
know. So tell me, the main thing is murder. Tell me about that because that's the first one I saw. And people like, you listen to him? Yeah, I listen to them. You seen it? I'm gonna listen. Don't
Yeah.
ask me no questions. I'm gonna tell you.
So here in the city, like it's been an ongoing thing with this graffiti artist named R Long, and
Hmm.
nobody knows who he is, but I happened to find out who he was,
Hmm.
and in my methods of doing so, the internet took my pictures of me with the R long on, and it started going viral. Like we found him, we found him, we found him.
Hmm.
So, um, so then I had seen a post that my homeboy put up that said R long is the hottest thing in the city. He need to put out a song. So I just wanted to like, cause I read all the comments and seeing the things that people were saying about me and things of that nature, and I responded to it with the murder song. So
Mhm.
the murder song is like when you listen to it, it's not about murder at all. Like it's not about like I knew that I know that the kids nowadays like that's the kind of music that they listen to. So I tried to play like that's why I left the hook the way that I did just to play off of the controversy and the things of that nature because all they say is murder after murder after murder. But what I was really trying to convey through the song was no matter what I do, I kill it. I don't care what it is. Like if it's music, if it's being a father, if it's doing this, that, whatever I do, I kill it every time over and over and over, murder after murder after murder after murder. So I like it was just a metaphor for me uh killing everything that I do. Like and
Mhm.
I put it in the song and it started to do well for me and it got a lot of mixed reactions, like a lot of mixed reactions. Like I had like I know like city councilmen and people of that like nature that was coming to me telling me how much they liked the song, but they couldn't promote it for me because they couldn't promote murder. And then
Mhm.
and it was like I'm not promoting murder. Like if you listen to the song, like but
Mhm.
I do a lot of that. I do a lot of on the surface it'd be one thing, but if you dig behind it, it's way more deeper than what's perceived.
Right, because when I heard it, first thing came to me is this all we hear in our community, and
Yeah.
you have I'm doing this as a father, I'm doing this as this. In a sense, it may be I'm killing it, but what I felt like that's all they hear is murder.
Yes. Then and that was
You
another
know,
that's another thing I understand about music. Once like no matter what I meant by putting it out, once people get it, they make it whatever they want to make it. That's the good thing about
hmm
art. So I I'm here for it. Like I'm glad that it inspires you in whatever kind of way. I'm glad that it brought us together so we can have these conversations. And I appreciate just being here for it.
yeah. So, what would you say are you an urban activist?
I kinda kinda like
Mhm.
I don't like I just do what comes natural to me.
Mhm.
And that's portrayed as or seemed like activism, then so be it. But I'm the thing that I do is based off what I feel like I'm supposed to do and supposed to say. Like I really God has his hands on me
Mhm.
and I'm just like I know y'all say all the time like be a vessel and things of that nature and that's all I'm being for it. Like I don't try to be nothing that I'm not. I don't try to I just do what I think helps people.
Yeah, so when you look into the community right now and the way that music is being, portrayed, and you see the inner city violence, which that's all they're gonna show.
Yes, ma'am.
It's happening in suburbs.
Yes, ma'am.
But they're not gonna put that out there for them. you know they're not going to show. It's like we're being programmed to that this color is all that's doing XYZ.
Yes. And I think it's more so the people who have control of the music that's being put out.
Hmm.
I think it's that I think it's way more artists that are like me than that are like what's in the mainstream right now, but they push what's in the mainstream right now because they want to have these kind of problems like we have.
Right. So what you think we could do to let these our young African American men, your age and younger or whatever, that they are kings. You know, our best is this,
Yeah.
because we this right here is over. It's no more, can get anything back. 15, they're not giving 15, 10 years like they're giving to our counterparts. They're giving 40 and 30. Some ain't never been out of state, never been to Disney World, never had their chance to. What would you tell them, you know, about changing their lives to be creative? to create?
Life is bigger than what you can see.
Mm,
Like here in Baltimore, like it's no opportunity to do nothing. Like, but and I could easily like fall victim to all the same stuff that all my counterparts and everybody else fall victim to me. But I know that the world is bigger than this. I know life is more than this. Like, and I just refuse to get caught up in the same cycle that everybody else get caught up in. Like, think, just think for a sec. Like, just think for a second and understand that like it's bigger than what you see, and it's all and nothing and none of this is by mistake. You posed it that like when I was a kid, they told me you're going to be dead or in jail. Dead or in jail. If you don't do this, you're going to be dead or in jail. Like it wasn't no other options.
mm,
That was my whole dead or in jail.
mm.
And I'm like, no, I don't want to
Right.
die, and I don't want to go to jail. And like for me to make it to this big age in this city, like it's this is chess. Like life is check. It's chess, not checkers. And if you don't know, like if you don't learn the right moves to make, and like it's all about choices and consequences, yo. Like stop thinking like the consequences ain't what they is.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes um we are so creative, even if you go back into our history. You know what I mean? We have so much creativity. Even in your lyrics, you can hear the creativity. And you can hear when you transition to where it starts flowing.
Yes,
That
man.
when the passion start kicking, you can hear the difference. You know, I'm about music. I used to sing, I sing now, but I was really into music writing and everything. So when I listen, I'm listening for everything. Where is your true self? And it's certain lyrics and verses that you can hear the transition. You know what I mean? So when since we are creative, what would you say to the young men that have lyrics on their mind, in their heart, instead of going out, you know, they said journaling, but I think music is a sense of journey. So how did you start getting your creativity on paper?
My mother,
Mm,
like my mother trained me to do music by mistake. Like she didn't even mean it. Like I so coming up, like coming up, it was a little rough for me. So I didn't live with my mother. I lived with my aunt. But me and my mother connection was music. And when I used to go to her house, I used to watch her sit at the radio and record the songs off the radio. And then she would go back and listen to a little bit of the song and write the lyrics down, and listen to a little bit
mm-hmm,
and write the lyrics down. So I didn't know what she was doing. Like as I got older, I understood like she was trying to learn the songs because when she go out to the club, she could perform them instead of, you know what I mean. So but with me, I knew like our thing was Bone Thugs and Harmony. So she would call me and ask me like what this part say and what that part say, and I would want to tell her.
mm-hmm,
So I started writing down the Bone Thugs and Harmony songs.
mm-hmm,
So that turned into a love for me. Just like I learned, like I love to write. So I used to take albums, like a whole Little Wayne album or a whole Cameron album, and like from the first song to the last song, and write it out in a composition notebook.
mm,
So like, cause I just wanted to learn the lyrics, and I mean the same way that my mother did. So by the time I got to like high school, and once I graduated, like I never thought to like try and put my own lyrics down. And then I was
mm.
somewhere with my homeboy rap, and but he was like a fictional type rapper, like he would lie in his raps and all of that. But the guy, like he was rapping against a guy one day, and the guy was just so regular. I was like, I can do that.
Right.
And when I went home to try to write my first rap, it was like I've been doing this for like I already know hooks and bridges and bars and cadence and all these different things coming in. So like I was never like I hate to say it, but I was never bad. Like I never wrote a bad verse because I had it down to a science by the time I tried to do it myself. and
Mm,
and then like over the years, it just became therapy. I figured out how to take all my feelings and my thoughts and my secrets and everything that I want to say and put it in metaphors and hide it in the music. But
mm.
then I'll come across a person like you, like, I see what you be doing.
Right, right. Because I know some of the posts, if a person don't know you, they'll be ready to choke you. You know.
What? But I know that. And also a lot of things. I monetize my page. So
Right.
I'ma always have the last word. If you come on here and we going back and forth, I want to have the last word because as much as we keep going back and forth, that's interactions. I get paid for that.
You have to teach me that.
I th- I I ain't the best at this internet thing, but I've been doing it for a little while now, and I know how to get under people's skin. I know how to agitate people and things of that nature. But it's all it's all for a good cause. Like I
Mm,
all like I have a good message at the behind at the back of all this. I just gotta get you over here so I can tell you.
right.
But once you get over here, now we gonna figure out is you ready for the message or not? Because if me and you can't get to a place to where as though I can give you the message, then you can just go here.
Right. Because I know some of the things, like you said, it even had me thinking, even about the young women, like you better than this, and you know, and you're gonna keep on doing the XYZ, and it's good to have that because you need people are not used to or don't want a soft spoken thing.
Mm-hmm.
They need something with controversy now. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they may say, "Oh, that's rude," or "I can't believe you said that," but they gravitate to that. And
Mm-hmm.
right there, you can snatch them, like you say, into the conversational area. Look, you need to grow in X, Y, Z, this.
Mm-hmm.
We none of us are perfect. So, do you? Okay, so social media and the media is saying that hip hop, they just put it on hip hop, is the demise of the young African American man. Do you
No.
feel is or is that home or where?
Well, I feel it starts at home. Everything
Mm,
starts at home. Everything.
right.
Like what I've learned about I actually work in the school system. And what I learned
Mm,
about parents is parents leave it up. Parents don't want to be parents no more. Like
mm,
when I was a kid, before I even went to school, my aunt used to sit down with me and she would make the little dots on the paper and let me trace my name and my letters and my numbers and I knew how to do those types of things before I even got to school. Now these parents don't want to like they put it all on the school. They put and then by the time the kid get to growing and growing and growing, now you can't control them because like they got more respect for Miss what's the name than they do for you.
right.
So like and then yeah, the music I think the music plays a role in it, but it's not the main thing.
Hmm.
And like I said before, ain't none of this by mistake. So it's all kind of music that these kids can listen to, but this is the music that they push towards them because these are the results that they want to get.
Mm,
Music like when rap started, it wasn't this.
right.
It was party music at first,
Hmm.
and then when like big corporations and the media and all that saying what they could do to it and use it for, then they brought in like gangster music and NWAs and it just continued to get worse from there. But
Mm,
music was why ain't no more fight the power and public enemies and stuff like that no more.
right. It
Like
don't make money.
it was always like even with the De La Souls and like it was always different like different little genres of rap music. It wasn't all
Hmm.
street music. It wasn't
Hmm.
all killing music. But now that's all they push because that's all they like because it got the controversy behind it and it's what make money. But
Right.
the effects of it is crazy.
Mm, right. And they don't see it. It's like to me what's heartening is to see the young men, even ladies now, just give up. Like, this is all, this is all we have. No, this is all you allowing them to feed you. Because naturally, so we are naturally intelligent,
Yes.
naturally healthy,
Yes.
naturally creative. And I'm saying us because I'm African American, so okay. And it's not to shun nobody, but we are naturally blessed
Yes.
to do whatever we put our hands to. So to me, it feel like the music they're pushing is not just to kill physical, it's to kill the dream, the
Mm-hmm.
hope of. It's a
Mm-hmm.
modern day lynching,
Mm-hmm.
if you would say,
I agree.
because it's no more. It's no more, De La Soul, like, hey, you could do this and love this, and then, party, like you said. That was my era, 70s, 80s, 90s. We had different genres at the same time. You get fed different ways. You have love songs. And so,
We
what? Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say we let rap music kill R&B music because it's not cool to love nobody no more.
Mm,
Like we let the hating, remember the hating culture. We let that
mhm.
take over everything. And 95% of R&B music was hating. Your man, your man can't do it like me, or your man was over there at Barber House last night, and that, like, you can't do none of that now. Oh, that's frowned upon.
You're right.
I mean, and I think another thing that's killing us is it ain't no shame no more. No, people ain't ashamed to do nothing. They ain't ashamed
Mm-mm.
of anything. And then they made like body shaming this and body shaming that. So they made shame this acceptable thing that like there's certain things that you can and can't and you should and shouldn't do.
Right.
But no shame no more. Like there's none.
Yeah. When I saw them have the lady showing the pad on television and pooping on television, and then social media. Back in the day, if you was a what they call a hoe, back
Mm-hmm.
in my time, now they got thoughts, and then
Mm-hmm.
grandma and them had sluts and all
Mm-hmm.
that, but
Mm-hmm.
didn't nobody know it but a couple of people. But now, you can tell somebody, oh, I ain't never did that before. But now it's promoted.
Because they figured out that when they put that sexy red girl out, and people started to gravitate towards her the way that they did, they figured out that it's more people that like that than not.
Oh, mm,
Even like it's more girls that's like that you think that's not like that, and even the girls that's not like that want to be like that a little bit, and that's the way that they live through it. By like, I'm like, oh no, I don't do nothing that sexy red do, but I like listening to our music because you can be that in the moment.
yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. No, right.
Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's real. It's real. It's bad, man. That's why you don't the life that you live and the things that you do and how you go upon your day to day. I'm sure you don't know who that is. And she
But
is
let
and
me
she
tell
is
you,
and she is huge right now.
okay. Now I know Gorilla.
I like her.
Yeah, Gorilla, she has a foundation of the word. And even though she's trying to get out there, I think if somebody said she won an award for gospel
She
from
did.
BET. I said, I'm gonna
Her
have
and
to
Kurt
go on
Franklin.
YouTube. I'm gonna have to go and check that out.
Yeah,
And I say, you just never know.
yeah, I like Glow because she's a well-rounded artist. She
Okay.
don't just do this. Like she do
Hmm.
this and she do that and she touch on this and she speak on that and I like that about her. Like with me, she's the epitome of a female artist, not just a gimmick that they try and push at the moment. Like I like Glow a lot.
Mm. Okay. Okay. So tell us about Lenwood DBY. What you got coming up? What's hitting the scenes?
So I'm now I'm trying to like work on I'm trying to do collaborative ventures. I have a homeboy named Verb, and me and him gonna start doing more things on the music side. I have another homeboy named Seven. Me and him gonna do some things on the music side.
Mm,
I'm thinking about shooting official video for Murder. I wanted to release that on Halloween.
okay.
Um, I'm putting together a cipher of rappers that can rap, like
Mm,
not just this.
lyricist.
Yes, those. I've reached out to a few lyricists and a few people that can uh that can rap with or without a beat, because that's a big thing for
Mm,
me. A lot of these
mm,
new a lot of these new artists are just song makers. Like
mm,
they can't do it outside of a studio. So I want to get together like a good team of people, like not a team, but just a few individuals that can and rap and just put on for the rappers. Cause I'm a lyricist myself, and I pay attention to lyrics and things of that nature. And like I'm kind of happy where music is going right now. You got the Kendrick
mm,
Lamar and you got Drake thing, and then you got Joey Badass. It's like it's getting back to the competitive nature of
mhm.
music, and I'm all about that. Like I'm all about the competitive part of it, because that's like that's why I get into a lot of the stuff that I get into. But um I'm just I I just I just do things as I go. Like I just figured this out the other day that I'm a horrible planner. And I think it's because I'm from Baltimore City,
Okay.
and and I don't everything is a scam to me. So it's hard for me to
Okay.
plan things if I think I'm being scammed the whole time. So that's why like you I don't really promote for too many things. You'll just see me pop out like, hey, this video or this song or things of that nature.
Right.
So but I'm working on putting a team together and really like taking this serious. Like everything that you see thus far has been just me. Like
Okay.
I do everything on my own. I don't have no team. I don't have a block full of people. I don't have a record company. I don't have any management or anything. Everything that you see produced on any of this social media or anything like that, I do it all myself, down to my
Okay.
my reels and how I make the little videos and things like that, and my art, my album art cover. I do everything myself.
That's what's up. That's nice because you down in Florida, right?
Yes.
I said you look like one of the Floridans. Like you.
I get a lot of love when I go down there in Florida. I know that. My family had moved down there for a little bit, and everybody had moved back, and then me, my brother, and my sister and my uncle took a weekend trip down there to go get their stuff and bring it back. So that's why you see me in Florida.
Well, look, at least you promoted, right? Now that takes, even though you're not a planner, impromptu is good. Even like today, like we it was planned, but things were going so fast. You
Right.
know,
That's why
I'm
you
an
like you don't
artist
you.
by trade.
That's why you like you want to reschedule it, or you just want like, no, come on, let's do it. Because if we keep trying to reschedule it, it's gonna keep on rescheduling. So
That's
let's
right.
just go ahead
Look,
and dive into
that's
it.
right. I'm like, okay, I done drove an hour. I said, I'm waiting. Whenever you ready, I'm waiting.
Yep. I
But
really
so,
appreciate you though, Miss. I really do.
oh yeah. So everybody up in Baltimore, shout out to Big More. They showed me much love when I had Rep Your Grind. We end up with the Rep Your Grind Awards. If you can
I
go back and
remember.
kind of look. And
I
I
remember
mean,
all of that.
yeah, and God moved me back. And I was like, Lord, I'm right here. And he said, hold on, I'm gonna bring you back to it. But I'm glad I did,
I'm glad you did
it
too.
yeah, yeah, because Rep Your Grind gonna be bigger than what they think. It's gonna come back.
Hey, let's push it as far as we can. Whatever you need from me, just let me know. I'm
Right.
here. I'm like, let's do it. I'm with it.
So, if do you have anything you would like to tell any of the young artists, even like the one man shows? Because I know how that is. I have promote my own blog, and now it went from an email, now it's a podcast. And let me tell you about this podcast. I'm getting it together. But for making your own reels and the flyers, what would you tell to that young artist, whatever genre or whatever category? Because it's people that need help, period.
I would tell them, remember why you do. Remember why you're doing it.
Mm,
Cause you'll get so you'll get caught up in not getting the views and not getting the shares and not getting the
mm,
support and everything that you want, that like it'll kind of discourage you a little bit. Remember why you're doing it. Doing it, like remember the passion and your love and how you feel when you're doing it. Like
mm,
uh stay away from like trying to be validated by other people. Yeah, it feel good to be patted.
mm,
It feel good to get pats on the back, but why you standing around waiting for people to pat you on your back when you got two hands yourself?
mm.
So don't
Right.
forget, like just remember why you're doing it, and remember that just stay true to that. Like and don't get caught up in the everybody else, because I fell victim to that myself, just worrying about what everybody else think, and it
Mm,
didn't work out for me at all. Like I built my name up to what I built my name up to, and then once I started to lose the attention that I started doing anything for attention,
mm,
and it didn't work out well for me at all.
mm.
So I would just say that just remember what you do it for, like and just keep doing it because you love it, and when you don't love it, then do something else that you love.
Right. Just I like that though. Why you looking for pats on the back when you got two
You
hands?
got
Somebody
two
need to put
hands.
that. You may need to put that on a t-shirt. Don't
I
stand
might put
up
that on the shirt. Yeah,
and put the
yeah.
hands on the back like this.
But yeah, because that was me. This whole I've always like I put out my music and then well, not my music. Everything I do, I put it out there. And when I don't get the reactions that I be seeing other people get and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, it make me feel away. But then it's like, no, you're like, that's not why you do it. You don't do it for that. You do it like the creative process and the everything like the feeling that I have while I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I do that. I don't do it
Mm-hmm.
because like once I put it out there and then it's out there. Like I don't even like I need to stop work. Like once I put it out there, I just need to put it out there and let it go, and then go ahead and get focused on the next thing that I'm working on and stop watching and waiting to see what people think about that.
Right, right. Because you are very talented, and I know it's gonna go further than this. I mean, this is just the beginning.
I
You
so
know, it's gonna be
I'm
more conversations with you.
I hope so, and I appreciate it. And another thing that I want to say, because you said the word talented, right?
Hmm.
Like talent is something that you can learn. Like you can learn to
Right.
be talented at something, right?
Hmm.
A gift is something that's given from God.
Yeah.
And the difference between a talent and a gift is I can't give you my talent.
Mm.
This gift that God gave me, I've given it to my brother. I've given it to my homeboy. Like I've given it to
Mm.
different people. Like so that's that's the main reason I will never stop doing what I'm doing, because I know that this wasn't a talent that I learned. This was a gift that God gave me.
Yeah. Hmm.
So and then I also know that we just we just had a whole generation of people to celebrate 50 years of hip hop, and we have to listen to Lil Uzi because Public Enemy don't make music no more.
Mm.
So I'm like, I didn't
Mm.
learn my audience. My audience not them kids. Like what I did in Murder, I don't have to do that because that's not my
Mm.
audience. My audience is
Right.
people like you, like us.
Mm.
People that like who has a general love for music that don't want to listen to all of that mess.
Yeah. Because it, I don't know, back in the day when we did music, I even tried the little hip hop. That was not me. I was more on the R&B spectrum, but my music came from life, but it to freestyle was better for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me a music and a beat, boom. But I've gotten older. Now I'm more pen and paper.
Mm-hmm.
But it says something. Like when I was listening, I don't just listen to music. I hear what music is saying. I don't not just listen to no beat. I want to know what you're saying because I don't want to be in agreement with something that I don't agree with.
Understand. So what I also understand it, music now, you listen, you came up off music. What they do
Mhm.
now is make vibes for the moment.
Mm.
Like you'll have big songs from rap artists that nobody's gonna listen to in 2 years, one
Mm,
year, next month for real. But you ain't gonna never not hear Luther Vandross song.
mm,
You're not gonna know like a Patti LaBelle or a Whitney Houston song. That's
that might
that's
go.
but that's because that's music.
Mm-hmm.
Like like music is what you listen to over and over. Music stands the test of time. Music don't get old. Music don't fizzle out. Like it's gonna always be music. What they make now is not music. They make vibes for the moment.
Mm,
They don't go in there and think. They don't make music for people like you who want to sit down and analyze the music.
mm,
I've had conversation with people about music like, hey, like the song cool, but what is he saying? Oh, not that ain't what he's saying. You just got vibe to it, like it's the beat hard. Like, no, I need to understand what he's talking about because, like you said, I don't want to be subjected to some stuff that I don't have. You know what I mean, that I don't agree with.
right.
And the more I listen to these artists and I dissect the things that they're saying, I don't agree with it. But music, like that's why you make music. That's why I make music. These kids, or not even kids, but these people now that make songs, it's not the same.
Right. And there, it's some. I'm not going to say talented no more. It's some gifted
Yes.
artists out there, and they're not even the industry get a hold to them. You can see them trying to peek out and show their gift, but they have to come down. But let me ask you this: what do you feel about? I was listening on TikTok when they had social media famous or artists versus mainstream artists. Like if you go famous on TikTok for a song, it's like it's hard to cross over. Why is that? You think?
It's two different audiences.
Mm,
The world is a culture in itself, and so
mm,
is TikTok. TikTok is a world inside of a world. So just
mhm.
because you good in this world, don't mean you're gonna be good in that world.
Right.
And the thing with TikTok is it's a trendy thing. Like it's trendy. You do all the trendy stuff. It got the little dances and the little stuff that they be doing and all that kind of stuff. So like that's cool. That's cool for this area of. But when you try to get into the larger scale of things, like ain't nobody like no. The world and the world and those apps on your phone is two different places.
Yeah, because I was listening to them and it was like, well, they was like the 10 people that had went viral social media with their music and they try to go mainstream now is, you know,
Because
right.
now
They
it's not about the music like it used to be. Before you could
mm,
have a one hit wonder and go and or you could have like now like it's about it's like you got to be more than just an artist. You can't just be just an
right.
artist. You got to be an artist. You got to be a personality on social media. Your halfway got to be a comedian and funny and this and that, and you got to be a content creator and you got to be like you can't just be an artist. You can't just have a
Mm,
song.
right.
Cause what like I think that's the problem with the artists that you're talking about. They had just the song, and once the song popped off, they didn't have everything else to go with it.
Hmm.
Because it's a package deal now. It ain't just we good at the music. They like before. If you have a good song and they think that they can make money off that song, they would spend money developing you as an artist.
Mm,
Now they want you to come together already put together. Means though you can do all this stuff yourself. Like they want you to
right.
come already put together, they put a little bit of money on top of it to make their money and give you a couple dollars at the end. But for the most
Mm,
part, you could do it yourself if you know what you're doing.
right. That's
Because
it.
this like social media is where it's at. Them streamers, Castanets and all of them, they make way more money than the rappers and the act and like a lot of people.
Right.
I'm
But that takes so much work. I
I
was like, how do y'all do this 24/7 editing, filming? That's more than corporate America.
it's dedication. You gotta be dedicated to your craft and what you want to do. How far do you want to take this determines how serious you're gonna be about it.
Thank you. I needed that because I be like, I
I mean,
be reevaluating.
No, like it's either all or nothing for real. You can't
Right,
halfway do it. There's not nothing you can do in your spare time. It's not a
mhm,
hobby. It's either you going to dive in it or you ain't. And if you ain't, then you
right,
make it your hobby. Don't be mad when it ain't doing what you wanted to do because you don't put in the time that you need to.
right. That's true. So, Linwood, I sure appreciate the conversation. I want to ask you to come back on maybe in a few weeks. I want to do a panel of music because, your knowledge and what you're speaking on. And I just want to have maybe a few more and get me a female artist and just talk about music, and how it started and what you feel about it. Because, you had a lot of insight. But also, do you do bookings or do you do live events?
All that, yes. I
Okay.
do bookings. I do live events. Actually, next Friday I have to sit on a panel and speak on my clothing line and how I make all my clothes myself. And to that, like, yeah, I got to sit there. Like it's like a workshop to help to teach kids how to start a clothing line, how to like just do it from the ground up.
So tell me about your clothing line.
Oh, that's what the DBY is. DBY mean is don't be yo, and don't be yo is my clothing line. So and it just everybody everybody know somebody who you shouldn't be like.
Right.
So it's like just don't be them. Like when I was a kid, this is my grandma was like, I ain't one of your little yo homeboys and all that. So it's like don't.
Right.
I mean, nobody likes a Debbie Downer. Nobody like anybody that's not doing nothing positive. So just don't be them. But
Look, that's where I got Rep Yo Grind from. When I moved there, I was a barber by trade. So I started cutting hair. Shout out to Emerson Avenue, Emerson
yes,
Village
ma'am.
over
Yes,
there. I
ma'am.
was over there in the ED. So and I was cutting hair in McCoy Barber Shop. I'm sending it all out.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
they used to come in, yeah, yo. And I was like, what? So when it came to me to start a blog, it was like Rep Yo Grind. And it was like I was like, I got the yo from the guys, Rep
Yeah,
Yo Grind.
that's it's
And
how
yeah,
we
so
it's how we talk here. Yep, that's exactly how we talk here.
I enjoyed it. I had started saying true. And when I come to Mississippi, they like, oh, he's dog. I was
Dude,
Doug. I was there
yeah.
6 years. And look, I tell people don't go nowhere for a week and come back talking like you. And I was 6 years. So
But the thing about here and how we talk is like don't nobody else in the world talk like this. And
right,
I think it's because of where we at. Like I don't like not too many people know that Maryland is the first southern state.
right,
So we kind of talk like up north with a down
hmm
south, but we lazy like down south. I don't
we
want to
ain't
say
lazy
lazy. I
now.
don't want to say lazy. You know how, you know what I mean. Like when people down south talk, like how everything just like run into each other. Like we pronounce what we pronounce, but we pronounce it funny because we kind of lazy with it how we talk.
Right. I'm like, don't talk about it down here now.
No, no, no. I love the South. That's my one of my favorite places to go. Ain't no place like the South. They showed so much love and so much hospitality. It don't make no sense. Like,
And I tell people not to us, y'all are the last state under the Nixon Dixon line before
mm-hmm.
you get to the
To the
north to the Yankee.
mm-hmm.
So, when I got there and the people was like, girl, you country. I was like, baby, you are too
Two, right?
country.
That's what we do. We so close to up there that we don't understand that we just as country as y'all. Yeah.
Right, but I love it. I love it. So give him your social media contact for any booking. Y'all contact him. I'm telling you, just from his platform before I even verbally spoke to him, I already saw great things coming from him. So tell them where they can link up.
I'm on my Facebook is Lenny Walker, Lennie Walker, which is my government name. And then on Instagram is a Mister Ayeemr. And then everything else is don't be yo. I got don't be yo Instagram, I got don't be yo Facebook like page, I got don't be yo Twitter, Everything is and it's DONTBEYO, all one word.
Okay. Don't be yo. You gonna have to send me one of them. I'm gonna have to get one of them.
I got you. I got you. It got a little. It got. So what I'm gonna do is when we get off here, I'm gonna send you the video of me explaining the story of Don't Be Yo. Because
Yeah.
everything. That's another thing with me. Everything has a story behind it. Like every single thing.
And look, and I already posted. I said next Friday, join Lenwood as he take you on a journey of his clothing line.
Yes,
And I didn't
ma'am.
know the story behind it, but I just figured it was.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is. Yep.
So, is there anything else you would like to tell our audience?
No, I just appreciate y'all having me. I appreciate starting this relationship because this ain't the first time that y'all gonna see me. So I'm looking forward to all the feedback and ask me anything that y'all want to ask me. I'm an open book. You know what I mean? I I have a funny way of how I look at things. You know what I mean? But I'm honest and I'm honest. That's all. That's the one thing I can't say about me is like I might be right and I might be wrong, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest about it. And if I'm wrong, I have no problem with saying that I was wrong. I have no problem with be like somebody tell me something like, oh well, I never thought about it like that. And those tip like I'm the easiest
Right.
person to get along with when it comes to those kind of things.
Well, thank you so much again for hanging out with me. Stay in the background as I close it out
Yes,
in our
ma'am.
last conversation. Uh, So y'all, thank y'all so much for joining Rep Your Grind Impromptu with Lenny Wood. I might do this more often. I like the impromptu. It's just straight conversation, easy, 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 without all the prompting and prying and all that. It's good to have good flow conversation. And his knowledge is impeccable. Y'all, the music, the messages. Don't be your clothing line. Linwood is on his way, and I want y'all to follow him. Follow him, and look. If y'all feel like choking them, just know it's something behind the message that's good for you. So look, until next time, remember, we don't just do it great here. We represent.